Good morning. You've reached our Mandala universes where we gather every day at 8 a.m. Pacific Time, 10 a.m. Central Time in the US, and we draw mandalas. We ground, we breathe, we hold space, and we draw. Happy Monday, Kathy. Good morning. How are you checking in? Elaine says hello. Pamela, good morning. Super foggy morning. Now sunshine. Sweater weather, Elaine. Yes. It was a very frosty morning here in the UP. We've had some unusually warm weather as of late, but now it is turning. Good morning, Amy. How is everyone checking in today, right now? I think I'm just chill. And Kathy said that she had her windows open a little too much last night. The room is freezing this morning. That will happen. I sleep the best in the cold, though. Granted, if we have enough blankets. I think I'm checking in chill. Not chilly, just calm. Content. Maybe a little melancholy, but and Cheryl is here. Good morning, Cheryl. Oh, Kathy says me too, but poor Aisha with his bald head. Oh, yeah, I'll have to wear a hat, right? Monday. We'll give people a little bit longer to hop on. Pamela says, checking in focused. Leave for the airport at 9. Kansas City, here I come. Amy says, similar check-in. Chill. Easy. Yeah. Sometimes it really is hard to know how you feel. And Cheryl's saying sleep beanie, potentially for Kathy. I am eager, I guess, to create some more. Been in a pretty big kick of making things, playing around with new materials. This is just a single watercolor, like a dual, playing with techniques. And this one, I really love how it turned out. My kitty. Some weird ones, some kind of different. I don't know. Just having fun. And Kathy is checking in content after a really lovely, fun weekend. And Kathy says, I've been doing the same little bookmarky sized experiments. Yes. So these are like the artist trading cards, or there's another acronym for them. But I guess people sell them. They're 2.5 by 3.5. And so maybe I will try my hand at selling them on eBay, because apparently that's a thing. Well, if there's any other check-ins, you're welcome to share them in the chat. And if not, Kathy says yes, ATCs. Yeah, there's another name that a friend of mine told me, because it could be digital too, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, Amy says fun, the artist business card. Yes. Well, I invite you to start settling into wherever you are, into your space, into your body, into the here and now, time and space where we gather. And I invite you to just notice what is moving in you. Looks like Catherine has joined and Michelina is here. We are just about to start grounding. Catherine is checking in anxious and overwhelmed today. Lots I'd like to get done for myself and juggling that with what others want from me today. Yeah. Oh, we're holding space for you. And Michelina saying, good morning. Lou Dog's timing in the AM is not at all aligned with the Mandala circle. That's alright. We'll forgive him. So, as I was saying, if you'd like to settle into your space, into your body, start to notice the rhythms, the rhythm of your breath, your lungs inflate and deflate. Maybe it's a shallow breath. Maybe it's kind of sniffly like mine apparently. It's kind of running. Nose. And if you like to close your eyes, you're welcome to. And I'd like to just do a few cleansing breaths. So inhale through your nose, hold at the top if you can, and then exhale through your mouth. Can be audible, can be a sigh if you need, maybe louder than that. Whatever feels good to you, whatever you feel like your body needs. And maybe one could be audible and the next one quiet. So as we inhale, try to empty that tank. Maybe on this one we'll empty the tank first, so blow out all of the excess air that you can. And then when you're ready, take a deep inhale and hold and release. Maybe you need to shake it off even. Maybe that's what comes up. I always feel like a cleansing breath. I need to shake off whatever was being held on to. We're here. We're in a safe space. It's okay to just be. And we'll do one more big inhale. And hold and release. And I have a little reading from this herbarary book that I have by Maya Tall. I read a lot from her, I forgot what it's called, the cyclical living book, with different things that come up depending on the season. And this one's all about herbs. 36 bewitching botanicals, guidance and rituals. And this one is on the raspberry, and it's create space. I've been drinking a lot of raspberry tea lately because it has a lot of minerals in it to help with my body. So the ritual: make space without. Nurturing space within yourself often begins with a physical space and a structured experience of it. That structured space allows us to enjoy a regular ritual of reflection and holding space for new energy and ideas. Your structured space needn't be large or expensive to create. It simply needs to be yours. What might this look like? A special chair with a side table for tea and reflection. A corner in the garage or basement turned into an art studio. A bit of garden to plant as you wish. A clear spot on the top of a fridge where your altar is out of reach of tiny hands. You get your intention back when you make space for it, when you stop the chattering of the rational mind. And that's by Anne Lamott, Bird by Bird. And so I invite you now to open your eyes, and I'll read more of this at the end. But if you'd like to come to the page, we are here to draw and create that space. We've been doing this for over 5 years now, every day, with different leaders. I like to draw my circle with an in-breath and an out-breath. And you may be like, there's nothing on your page. You'll know that about me if you hang around, that I enjoy painting with water first. And then I drop the color into the circle. And today is Monday, October 20th, for anyone who likes to date their page. Some days there's just too much I want to read. Lots of ideas. I'll catch up on some comments as you draw. We have about 15 minutes. Give or take. Let's see. Kathy is wishing KG some balance. Chemically, since ATCs, feeling appreciative of a day off to catch up on personal life. Yes. And looks like Skyle is here. Good morning, Skyle. Welcome. Glad you could be here. Morning, friends. And lots of hellos to you. And Elaine says, I love to create those nooks of calm. Yes. I used to have a reading nook at the top of my stairs, but my husband has taken it over for his office. It had like, it was a jungle. It had like a ton of house plants. Big ones, like philodendrons and monsteras. It's lovely. Big chair to read, footstool, and a lamp. But it is now an office and slash music space. What color today? And you'll see I love to just let it float out onto the page. Water is what's doing the work. The water is flowing, the pigment is riding along. Although I've noticed that some pigments react differently to each other, and into the water, maybe the mineral makeup of the colors, I think. So some will bloom, do this blooming effect, and some it's always interesting. It's like a petri dish, kind of. I've just been really enjoying my creative space. And struggling with the idea of leaving it. As much as I don't want to live in this area, I've grown to really love my house and my studio space. But this too shall pass. On to bigger, more beautiful things than I could ever imagine, I'm sure. Let's see. Scott says, recently met Anne Lamott in person, and she was just as magical as you might imagine. That's exciting. Amy says, wow, an opportunity, Skyle. And Cheryl is checking in at the temple and monastery. There are little altars at each new space. Create a lovely reminder to slow, gather, breathe, bow. Thanks for the reminder of this practice. You're welcome. And lots of exciting to Skyle. Amy says it's hard to leave a cozy space. The good news is new ones can be created. Yes. And I'm sure mine will, when that time comes, mine will be just as cozy. In a new way. Just love how the water carries the pigment around. That was really mode of transportation. Just this very earth tones today. Fall. Autumn seems to be officially here. Definitely peak season for color. The trees they put on quite the display. All the maples. I'll say the maples, I would say. The oaks. The tamaracks turn a bright golden yellow, and then they lose all of their leaves or needles. This specific paint, I think it's like a raw sienna or something, is very jelly, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of odd. It's the same set. It's the Winsor Newton set, travel set that I have. And it's just, I don't know why that one's just like jellyish. Let's see. Scouse's change can be hard and scary. Happy Diwali. Yeah, the leaves are really good at showing us how beautiful it is to let things go and to change. The sacredness of preparing for winter by releasing things that no longer serve us. At least that's what I'm trying to do. Fall has always been my favorite season because I have permission to stay in, to be cozy, to be with myself, to not go out and do so much. Michelina says, I'm willing to relax into allowing. Fun to watch the colors spread and blend. Yes. Ooh. Michelina says, I got ear seeds from my acupuncturist friend on Saturday. Crazy how much they touch sensitive spots and bring ease to your body parts. That is awesome. I have an acupuncture. Finally, my friend who graduated, I know I brought her up before, from Chinese medicine, just opened her practice today, and I have the first appointment. So I am excited to see what we find, because I know there's some issues, and I'm just, want that, that ease you speak of. Kathy says we saw so many quaking aspens on our drive to the pumpkin patch on Saturday. Just gorgeous. Yeah. Just a blaze of gold. And the noise that the aspens make. Oh, it's like the best sound in the world. Just makes me feel like everything's okay. Emma says my mandala words are vibrant living. If you have anything coming up in your mandala words, maybe just color, whatever you might want to share. I'm going to read another portion about raspberries. So, raspberry, rubus species. So raspberry is Rose's younger sister, sweet and wild, but also steady-handed. She loves the earth and its smallest creatures, so her ebullient branches twist and crawl, creating nests for birds and sanctuaries for snails. She'll rock wee babes and scurry about with toddlers, rarely giving in to the gravitas that permeates most members of her family. Laughter floats through her leaves as she flexes and twists. You can be like this. You too can be like this, she says, demonstrating pliability earned by drinking deeply of mineral-rich soil. Sit with her and she'll share with you the secret of weaving space and creating strong containers for the emptiness that new life needs in order to thrive. When raspberry appears, look to how you are, or aren't, nurturing space within. And a reflection to take with you throughout your day from raspberry. Hold space within. We often don't make space for ourselves in our daily lives or create a structure that lets us grow and fully express our dreams. Before creating in the world, raspberry teaches we must learn to hold space within. Is there room for you in your mind and heart, or are your thoughts filled with the needs and schedules of others? Do you have guilt or other toxic thoughts popping up when you're contemplating claiming space, mental, physical, or emotional, for yourself? Are you fearful of taking up too much space, intellectually or physically? Picture your creative womb as a place of starlight or forest loam, of ocean waves or sunlit meadows. Use whatever metaphor speaks to you. Step into this internal landscape. Notice its natural edges, the place where the trees end or the ocean recedes. Trace these boundaries, affirming that you hold the space within sacred and safe. And that is raspberry. Thought you might enjoy that. And the lovely illustrations. So colorful. Oops, that's the next one. And I will post those for you to enjoy later. Affirming that you hold the space within sacred and safe. And I think that is a perfect definition of this circle. Sacred and safe. Together we create it by first allowing it into ourselves. Micklina says, I had no idea they were called quaking aspens. Yes. Kathy says, nature's healing. And Pamela says, thank you, Laura and all. You are very welcome. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you. Thank yourself for showing up, for creating the space, for taking the time out of these lives we lead to make space for ourselves and each other. Big hugs. I love you all. Take care. Until next time.